recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name's Jeff. Joining me in the studio today, I've got Ken, Matt, and Neal. How you guys doing?
Yes, quite.
We're doing great.
Yeah, doing all right.
Are you, though?
Matt's here. Matt is here.
Yeah, on the rare occasion.
Now, this is the culmination of what we've been building to. Matt hasn't heard this, but we had a great review on iTunes, Matt, and we've been talking about it for so long.
Oh, the three fun guys?
Three fun guys and their friend.
And I'm the friend?
I don't know. We don't know.
Because I'm only here sometimes.
It was.
I'm not a fun guy. Jeff's the least fun, but they don't know that.
Well established, I think, at this point.
Well, I told Jeff yesterday I think he's a fun guy because I wouldn't spend every waking moment that I have with him.
I think you would.
as a good friend.
I think you could hang out with someone who wasn't fun. Just say it.
All I know is that reviewer probably enjoys the show, but meant that to sow chaos, and he succeeded.
He did.
Yeah,
He or she.
whoever you are.
I'm going to
well
try my
played.
best to be a fun guy. I don't want to be the friend.
Three hosts, or was it three?
Three fun guys,
fun
and, a
guys
friend.
and their friend.
And their friend.
Yeah, right. And a
Who
pizza
comes-
place.
Yeah.
You're
Ryan
going
Reynolds.
to keep trying that joke until one of us laughs, and it's never going to happen. Neal,
I
but-
laughed a little bit. I liked the show. I was a fan.
Fair enough.
We have some other fun guys and gals joining us today, though.
We do indeed. So we've already sort of divvied up our teams. We beforehand figured out who might pair well with some of our strengths and weaknesses. So joining on Matt's team today is going to be our Intercontinental Champion Gena Kimminau, returning. She previously hosted a game of Triviality, which we are very grateful for. How have you been, Gena?
Great, yeah, I've been great. Just pretty much just been working, and since I've been on in November, and looking forward to some vacation time. Haven't had much since then. I am actually going to be going to Australia in November, and so
Nice.
I would love to pick your guys' brains about what I need to do when I'm there.
That's awesome.
Definitely play a game of Knifey Spoony.
Top priority.
That'll be so much fun. Yeah, definitely reach out to us about that. And I'm sure you've been listening the last, 20 episodes or so. And I know we've missed a couple or one or two Hitchhikers questions. And you send us those great books. So
Which we've definitely read.
yeah, we're getting on it. We're trying to trade them around. But we definitely got a few of those questions wrong, and we felt so bad.
Only half of us can read, so it's
The
really difficult.
Intergalactic Gargle Blaster.
Pan.
Oh,
Number 42.
Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster.
the Pan
There
Galactic.
you go.
All right.
There you go. That should be your team name,
Okay.
Matt and Gena.
I'll never say it once, though.
Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster, the PGGBs.
And our other guest today, our host, in fact, is returning, fellow Intercontinental Champion. We've got with us Taylor Cook. How have you been, Taylor?
Pretty good, guys. Pretty good, guys and gals.
Welcome back.
Just trying to beat the heat a little bit here in Boston, staying in some cool AC. It's I think it's a lot warmer than normal here, from what
I
I've
would
been
say
told.
there's some kind of change in the climate that's causing these issues.
Would you say it's like a warming-ish trend?
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's a little bit warmer everywhere. That's
But
a
who
problem.
believes in that? It's probably a hoax anyway. So, just kidding.
Fake news.
Anyway, I just started my second year residency, so that's been pretty busy, and I'm glad I was able to make some time to do this today.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, we always like when people take time away from their actual responsibilities to hang with us for a little bit.
Yeah, goof around. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that's
for
what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Taylor, you were on my team last time. We had a lot of fun. We did some Shakira impressions, but
Yeah.
Oh, that episode was great.
Some Cockney
but-
accents, terribly,
Yes.
probably borderline offensive Cockney accents, but yes.
all right. Well, Jeff,
It's time for everybody's favorite part of the show.
Oh, yeah.
It's time for Darren to read the rules.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
I am the cream, the cream of the crop.
now he did that with a dental dam in his mouth while he was talking.
Dental
He's
dam.
so
what is it?
consistently oppressive.
Isn't that where you keep your mouth open? Dental dam?
No, I don't.
Oh no, that's something else. Sorry.
Well, no, they are actually the same thing, though.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. We're safe.
So we don't have to cut it?
Yeah.
All right. Great job, Neal.
Tone that line. Tone that line.
Always.
On that note, why don't we send it to Taylor for
Let's
question
start
one?
this goddamn game. I
All
can't.
right. Round one. So question one is in the category of fashion statements. So what textile pattern, commonly seen on formal wear in the Western world, finds its origins in Persia or modern-day Iran, but is named after a town in the United Kingdom? Today you might find it singing you whiskey lullabies.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
I know it's a pattern. I just don't know if it's a
we could do that.
fabric pattern.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we'll lock in.
Okay. So what are you brainstorming over there, Gena?
Okay, so Whiskey Lullaby. Alison Krauss, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then who does she sing it with?
With the guy from Led Zeppelin, right? Isn't it? Isn't Robert Plant? I know they had an album together. I don't know if it's off that.
I feel like it's a country singer.
Yeah, it sounded country, so I ignored the clue because I was like, I don't know this.
Paisley. It's Brad Paisley.
Okay, so do you think, is Paisley a pattern?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Okay.
Paisley's a pattern.
I feel really good about that. We're locked in with Paisley.
That sounds really good. I'll let Jeff take it.
Yeah, I hope that's not the right answer because I'm not a fan of this pattern myself, so I refuse to wear ties or anything with Paisley on it. But we went herringbone.
Yeah, and Gena did have a nice little poll there. The answer is Paisley.
Wow.
I'm usually like Jeff. I generally shy away from Paisley, but I bought a Paisley bow tie for the first time the other day, and I really, really like it.
I
Inspired
actually-
your question writing?
A little bit.
I've been gifted over the years very many tie, and all of the Paisley ones except for one have been donated. But I have a very nice deep purple Paisley tie that I do enjoy, but the rest of them had to go.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to question 2 in the category of riding on a horse. In early 2019, what artist released the quickest song to reach the #1 spot of Billboard's Hot 100 since 2016, but sparked controversy when it was removed from the Hot Country Songs chart? The song's first remix featured none other than the man with the achy breaky heart, Billy Ray Cyrus.
Don't worry, Matt.
So
I'm not
it's
going to
asking about the artist that wrote the song.
Yeah, I'm
not
not
what the
gonna-
song is.
crib off your sheet. We had a question earlier today about this being number 17 weeks in a row, being #1. So.
Yeah, passing Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men for One Sweet Day, right?
See, told you he would know.
Jeez, I screwed it up.
I
So
told you he would know. I knew it was them, but I didn't remember the song. For the other
Jeff
one.
and I
One
can
sweet day.
lock in on this one.
Yeah. Gina, do you know this one?
No, I don't. I just heard something on the radio about this yesterday, and I can't pull his name.
It's Lil Nas X.
Thank
You're
you.
locked in.
Thank you.
We lock in with Lil Nas X.
It's hard to miss it in the video since it's on the back of his jacket. But
I love that video. Yeah, it's Lil Nas X. I
Well,
wrote
the-
this question back in like April or something, so I had to reword it a little bit because things had changed. Yeah, originally I just said remix, I had to say first remix now because it's been
Right.
remixed like 2,000 times.
Well, and he wants to put out like multiple ones. Like every time it starts dropping, he was talking about doing different remixes with different people.
I was very confused when I looked it up
why?
online the other day because I was like, oh, what are people interested in about this? And I saw his channel had like 10 different versions
Yeah.
of the song, and I was
Right.
like, I don't know which one's which. Like, I'm so confused. So that makes sense.
I saw a meme the other day that said something like, the year is 2030. Lil Nas X has just released his 400th remix of Old Town Road. It's 42 minutes long, but you still listen because you heard the Barack Obama verse is fire.
That's funny.
I've had it.
You're over it.
I've had it with this world.
No matter the thing is, no matter when this episode's released, the song's going to be #1. So
Right,
this is a
right.
timeless
So
question.
it's always relevant. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 3. Category is Stuck on You. Miley Cyrus is most well known for her time on the Disney show Hannah Montana, her controversial music career, and putting things in her mouth that just shouldn't be there. However, her earliest credit comes from the movie Big Fish, where she plays an 8-year-old girl named Ruthie. This movie brought together what eccentric director and composer duo for one of their 19 collaborations?
We can lock in over here with what's our team name? We don't even have a team name.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
figuring
no.
about- Did you guys announce the team names at all? Like we talked about the one, but
We didn't. See, thank you, Taylor. So Matt, you're with Gena, and what did you want your team name to be?
The Pangalactic.
Yeah, what you guys said earlier.
Yeah, Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster. And Jeff, how about we'll be the Cursed Cans, and we'll explain why later.
I can't believe you're making this a thing.
Okay.
But the Cursed Cans will lock in.
Gina, any ideas here?
Okay, so that's a Spielberg film. Who would be the composer?
I'm bad at that because I originally thought that this was a Elfman Burton joint, but it's not. And I don't know who does the Spielberg ones usually. Unless it is Burton and Elfman.
Oh, no. I think you're right. No, I think it might be Burton.
Okay.
So why was I thinking Spielberg? Okay, so I was on.
Hold on, does the score go?
Sorry, I was on Complete the List a while back, and it was a Burton question. And so, and I believe Big Fish was one of them. I don't know why I was getting that confused. Anyways, let's go with yours. Let's go with
Burton and Elfman.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, that was a roller coaster listening to that one.
Of emotions.
Yeah, Danny Elfman and Tim Burton for Big Fish.
Yep, and that is correct. The answers are Tim Burton and Danny Elfman. Moving on to question number 4, down the hatch. The number of permanent teeth normally present in an average human's mouth is 32. How many deciduous teeth normally develop in the average human's mouth?
Neal counting his teeth like he knows what he's doing.
Do you think that's what that means?
If it is, I think you're wrong.
You think that's too many?
I do. Right?
I'll tell you what. I'm going to believe you. You're the science guy. And then if we're right, then I get to slap you in the face.
Knock out one of his
that would not be the first time I've been slapped in the face.
You want to go with your answer?
And it won't be the last.
Yeah, we'll go with Jeff's answer, and we'll see if he's worth his weight in gold.
All right. I don't know anything about teeth. I know I got some. That's where I'm at. Gena, do you have any inroads here?
Yeah, I originally, my first thought was that he was talking about wisdom teeth, but I think he's talking about baby teeth. I think that's baby teeth. Okay. Do you want to just cut it in half? You want to just go 16?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of how many quarters I got as a child, and that doesn't help at all. So 16 sounds good. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
We're locked in with 16.
We thought it was wisdom teeth, possibly, which we were way off.
But that would be vestigial teeth.
Vestigial. See, I was thinking vestigial, but then I thought disingenuous. What is
deciduous?
It? Deciduous.
No, but I think Ken's right about the trees, right? Because the deciduous trees, you count how old they are by the rings, right? So you can tell how old somebody is.
But what did you guys answer?
They're vestigial.
And we went with 4 because we thought it was wisdom teeth.
Okay.
Right. Matt, you said you got quarters for teeth as a kid?
I don't know. That was a joke.
All right, well, if you got a quarter, you'd have $5 because the answer is 20.
Ooh.
And yes, deciduous teeth are baby teeth. Deciduous, like the tree, means that they shed their leaves, so you lose your teeth the same way. Well, not the same way as a tree, but... Question 5, Weekend Vibes. Arc Music Factory was a music production company dedicated to the discovery of quote-unquote new young singers by helping them write and produce songs and music videos. The now defunct company ran into controversy after getting into a legal squabble with one artist family over rights to a song after it went viral with 167 million YouTube views in 3 months. What was the name of this artist and song that had listeners eating cereal and trying to pick a seat in 2011?
I can lock in if you're okay with it, Gena.
Go ahead. Yep.
Okay.
I have no idea. When he started talking, I thought
Eating
maybe
cereal and trying to pick a seat.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was like Baby Shark, but that's just recent.
This was 2007?
2011.
11. Oh, thank God.
It's Friday by Rebecca Black.
Oh.
She going to class and doing that kind of crap.
Yo, you know what? That makes sense because I'm not sure if it's right, but she hooked up with a producer who helped make the song, and then it became famous. And then I think there was a legal squabble, and then I want to say she went back with that producer for whatever the next song was, Monday or whatever. But
after Friday is Saturday, Neal.
Yeah, but no one works on the weekend.
Still waiting on Sunday. She hasn't put it out yet.
So yeah, I like that answer. You want to go Friday?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, Friday.
And back to this. YouTube started doing their YouTube year in review about that time, and she was the sole host of 2011 or 2012. So
the
that would
year
make sense.
Rewind or whatever they do.
Yeah, the Rewind, YouTube Rewind. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go Rebecca Black by Friday by Rebecca Black.
Yeah, I actually just watched. There was an interview with her about this thing where she just went in on a whim and made a stupid song, and then they put it on their YouTube video, and they got 3,000 views in the first 3 months, and then I I think it was either Tosh or somebody promoted it out there, and then it went viral, and it kind of ruined her life for a little bit. But Rebecca Black Friday was our answer.
Yep, and the answer is Rebecca Black Friday. The producer was the guy who raps randomly driving in the car, like in the music video. But my buddies and I in kids? College, we used to watch like as many of these as we could. There's some true gems out there. My favorite is by Alana Lee, and it's called Butterflies, and it's just auto-tuned garbage, and it's amazing.
Oh, nice. We'll have to look that up.
We should make one of those.
I would make one right away. Let's do it right now.
All right.
So
right
good.
now, after 5 questions, Matt and Gena, the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blasters, have 40 points. Jeff and Neal, the Cursed Cans, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Have 30 points.
Ooh, a high-scoring affair.
All right. Moving on to the second half of round 1. Question 6. Category is Golden Oat Soda. So Toppling Goliath Brewing Company is a craft brewery located in Decorah, Iowa. Its flagship beer is named Pseudo Sue after one of the largest and most extensively preserved T-Rex skeletons ever found, which is on exhibit at the Fields Museum in Chicago. Despite this cool tidbit, however, Toppling Goliath isn't one of the 50 largest producing craft breweries in the U.S. So your question is, what is the largest producing craft brewery in the U.S.?
That's an interesting thought.
I was thinking about because I don't think they're owned by anyone else, and they're technically craft.
I'm fine with that then.
Jeff and I are taking an interesting angle here with our answer, and I think we're just going to lock it in.
So my first thought, I know originally Sam Adams was a craft brewery, but I think that they were bought out by Anheuser or one of the two, so I don't think they count anymore. What were some of the ones you were thinking of?
Blue Moon came to mind. Boulevard came to mind. And then I started thinking about when I lived on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I know that Rogue Brewery is really big out there, and I know that I see them.
Do you know
here.
if Sierra Nevada is owned by a bigger corporation? So I feel like that might be. I feel like I've heard a question similar to this, and the answer was Sierra Nevada, and I'm not sure if this was the exact question. But I know it's a huge craft brew, and it's there's a Sierra Nevada everywhere. It's kind of like the go-to IPA, kind of like the standard. So that was kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I like that. I like that answer. I'd be happy with that.
Okay, we're going to lock in with Sierra Nevada.
And we know we see them everywhere, and we thought maybe they weren't bought out by a larger organization, so we did go with Sam Adams.
Okay.
All right, so you guys got number 3, which is Sierra Nevada out of Chico, California, and number 2, which is the Boston Beer Company that makes Sam Adams in Boston, Massachusetts. But number 1 is the Yingling. Brewery is DG Yingling
lager.
and Sons out of Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
I've heard of that one.
It's crazy because they won't.
You don't really get them here.
They won't go.
They don't sell
they're
east
nowhere.
of Ohio,
That's what it is.
west of Ohio, I don't think.
Amazing.
When I was when I visited Philadelphia, we would ask for what beer do you recommend? Everyone said you have to have Yingling, whatever it is, while you're here. And I said okay, and it was okay. It was fine.
Yeah, it's super popular, and I think it's the nation's oldest brewery as well.
I think that I've definitely heard about them before, so
Interesting.
I think they are.
Number 7, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Since its first official ascent in 1953 by Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, Mount Everest has seen an explosion in popularity. During the 2019 season alone, an estimated 900 successful summits occurred. These feats would not be possible, however, without the help of climbing aids called Sherpas, that are not to be confused with the ethnic group indigenous to Nepal and the Himalayas, Sherpas. If you can't hear the difference, that's okay, because it's just the capitalization of the first letter that delineates the two. What is the term used for a word whose meaning changes depending on whether or not the first letter is capitalized?
Yikes!
Wow, that's a great question.
We'll lock in with whatever you want to put down, Neal.
Sure, we're locked in.
I'm sure it ends in probably phone, because that's probably
Oh, yeah.
either like or nim. That doesn't really help as much.
Or ism.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere near that. So we're gonna, I guess we'll just lock in with Cinephone. So I like the way it sounds.
Yeah, I just tried to search for the answer, and it was basically it was what was in my wallet, and I just said it's the capital one.
Taylor, let's end this question.
Yeah, so where a homonym would be two words having the same spelling or pronunciation but different meanings, a capitonym is a word that changes when you capitalize the first letter, or lowercase or capitalize the first letter. Number 8, crepuscular. The term crepuscular is used to describe an animal that is most active during dawn and dusk. What twilight hunters use their asymmetrically positioned ears to accurately pinpoint prey with three-dimensional sound perception during these hard-to-see hours?
Yeah, I'm just picturing an animal that somehow has like one ear on the top of its head and then like, the other one on the side.
You're seeing like a dog, and one's got like a droopy ear, and one's got like a really perky ear.
Right.
I love today we had a question about eyes that were on the side of your heads, and now the ears that are asymmetrical.
Was it a Peppa Pig question?
No,
was
no.
not.
It's just our imaginations, though, are like little kid drawings that I think about.
I never want to talk about Peppa Pig again.
I just listened to that episode. You guys, so funny.
I still haven't seen it, so we'll one day.
The episode?
Peppa.
There you go. We're going to lock in over here. You guys can talk.
Okay. So what kind of animals are you thinking about?
So, man, I think it's an owl.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that owls have asymmetrical ears.
Okay.
Because you can't, and you don't even really notice because they're like hidden under their feathers. But I think it's an owl.
And that's why they're always turning their heads all the way around to get the 3D sound kind of thing, maybe. Mm-hmm. I just made that up. It's probably not true. We're going to lock in with owl.
Yeah, Jeff and I were between bat and owl, and I wrote down owl initially because of the clue of the 360-degree vision, which I know they spin their heads around like The Exorcist. So I just thought of being the owl at nighttime, that it would use its hearing when it's expert vision during the day, but the hearing at night. So we went with owl as well. All
right, and one of my favorite tidbits about my favorite animal, that is an owl. Yeah, their ear holes are like slightly higher than the other, so they can receive sound in their brain, kind of like can pick up on the difference in how fast sound gets into one ear versus the other, so they can almost have like 3D hearing. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Wow.
Good job, guys. Number 9, Forgotten Tunes. The 1964 Walt Disney classic Mary Poppins features many catchy songs that have had kids singing along for over half a century. One not-so-catchy or upbeat song occurs midway through the film about an old woman feeding the birds. According to the song, how much does the woman pay for her bags of birdseed?
Oh, wow.
Do you have this, Neal?
I think so,
okay.
Yeah.
You locked in?
Yeah.
So here's something about me. I've never seen Mary Poppins.
Fascinating.
Really? Gasp. Have you ever even used a kite before?
Me?
Yeah.
I had a kite once. Does that mean anything? See, I don't even know.
I don't know. Let's go fly it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can go fly a kite.
Okay. Ooh. All right. So this one's on you, Gena.
So sorry. It has been a really long time since I have seen Mary Poppins.
Like in The Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2.
Exactly.
It's
exactly like that.
It's shot for shot. It's a remake.
Now, here, this is what happened. So the lady from Home Alone 2, right?
Right.
Look, you picture her face. She moved to New York when Joseph Gordon-Levitt left her at Angels in the Outfield when she was the foster mom, and she got depressed and went to New York, and that's what she became.
Oh, man.
Same lady.
Because the Angels never won the pennant.
They never won the pennant, so she had to move to New York and get a bunch of birds.
That all makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
That doesn't help with the question. So you're probably looking at a... you're looking at English money, right? Probably. It's probably some pounds. Some bushels.
Spare quid.
A bushel and a peck.
I would almost think that it'd be probably pence.
Yeah. 6 pence.
Sure.
None the richer.
But none the richer.
Thank you. We're going to lock in with 6 pence.
You were kind of on the right track there. Don't
patronize me.
No, you were, because it does have to deal. It deals with pence, but it's a little cockney. But she says a tuppence, tuppence a bag, which is 2 pence. So tuppence.
Oh.
And the answer is a tuppence or a 2-pence piece.
Wow.
Okay, moving on. Last question of the first round. Glove potion number 9. Gordie Howe had one of the most legendary careers in the history of hockey, playing in 5 different decades. Aside from being nicknamed Mr. Hockey and being a 23-time All-Star, he also had a statistic named after him, a Gordie Howe hat trick. Although he only achieved his namesake feat twice in his career, what 3 stats does a Gordie Howe hat trick comprise of?
I don't know hockey at all, but I think I can reason this one out.
All right.
Okay. I see what you're saying there. Okay, so we'll lock in.
Okay. Gena, what were you thinking?
Okay, so a goal, an assist,
Right.
and get in a fight.
Yep. I'm pretty sure on that. And I know that it's not happening anymore because last year actually was the least amount of fights that there's like less and less fighting, so you don't really hear about this as much.
And the guys who score goals don't fight so much.
Usually, yeah.
Do they track fights?
So and that was kind of my question was maybe it's like they consider it if you get a 5-minute major for fighting, but I think a fight is good enough. So we're going to lock in with a goal, assist, and a fight.
I think we got a little too detailed here because I wrote 3 goals, 3 assists, and I was trying to think
Oh my God.
I know, I was trying to think
It'd be like the best game by any player ever.
Good. On NHL 94 on easy.
So yeah, I wrote goals, assists, fist fight. Jeff wrote shootout, open net. Then
I
we
was thinking about the different ways you can score
Okay.
on a,
Yeah, so we're definitely incorrect, but we put 3 goals, 3 assists, and a fist fight. So.
Okay.
Yeah, a little ambitious with that answer, but yeah, the answer is a goal, assist, and a fight.
I mean, technically, your answer does contain
Technically,
a Gordie
yeah,
Howe
a Gordie,
hat-trick.
3 Gordie Howe hat tricks.
And
Two
in one
more
game.
fights.
And two more fights, and you'd have 3.
A Gordie
which is
Howe
actually
hat-trick,
more than his
hat-trick.
whole career.
It was the greatest game ever played.
Look
Gordie
at
Howe
Gordie
hat
Howe
trick.
go.
I don't know how he had time to score 3 goals
Yeah, that's
and get in 3 fights.
Puts it in the basket and punches his lights out.
That's a 30 for 30 for sure. But at the end of regulation, looks like the Pangalactic Gargle Blasters of Matt and Gena have 60 points. Jeff and Neal of the Cursed Cans have 50.
Yeah, all right.
Anyone's game.
Before we throw it to Taylor, both of our guests today, Taylor and Gena, are both Patreon supporters at the Intercontinental Champion level, which means they get individual loot crate from one of the hosts sent to them, plus a poster and some other things. But Jeff, how can people join them and I guess become part of the group on Patreon?
Yep. If you'd like to support us directly for a small monthly donation, you can do so at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. Link is in the show notes. As we say every week, there's so many different things that you can check out there at every different support level. We're very appreciative of anyone who'd be willing to support the show. So just go check it out. There's something for you there.
Yeah.
And Taylor, you said you had a swing round today that was going to be pretty interesting. What do you got for us?
Yeah. Okay. Just a little plug about the individual loot crates though on Patreon. I know Patreon starts at what $1 or something, but yeah, at the 20 I think it's $20 levels when the individual loot crates. Yeah, I got the Jeff one recently. It's pretty cool. I just rolled a natural 20 for my charisma for the episode with
Nice.
a little bag of dice and a few other cool things. So I definitely highly recommend supporting the podcast.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I was very happy to curate each of the boxes. I put a little something special and different in each person's.
But stop signing up for Jeff's people. Jeff's way in the lead.
Oh, it was such a hard pick. I wanted all of them.
Speaking
I
of
love
that,
how sore they are that I have like the same amount as the rest of them combined for box choices currently.
People love D&D dice.
well,
That's-
Gena's is
Mine
being-
has D&D dice in it too.
Unfortunately, it's a huge part of our childhood, so I'm not surprised it's in both boxes. But
Gena's is being sent out today, though, from me. She actually picked me, so I thank you for that, Gena.
that's a good choice. I've seen Neal's boxes and they're very solid. So
Yeah.
they're definitely the heaviest, if that is a metric you care about.
There's just I'm sorry, Gena, it is a 65-pound box.
It's full of lead.
Bag and a half of dog food. That's what
Yep.
All right. So for the swing round, it is completely based and revolves around one of my childhood heroes, which is Weird Al Yankovic. So
right.
one of the most prolific and famous parody artists of all time, Weird Al is a genius when it comes to lyrical parody. I'm going to give you the original song and artist, and for 5 points each, you tell me the title of his parody song. Now, to make this a bit easier, because I know not everyone is versed in his discography as I am, all but one of these are the name of the song is kind of a parody of the title of the song as well, to make it a bit easier, because he has some that aren't like that. Okay.
all right.
I've got about 9 already that I've got locked and loaded. So
Okay, so I'm going to give you the original song and artist, and you tell me what his parody song was titled.
Okay.
So number 1, My Sharona by The Knack. Number 2, American Pie, Don McLean. Number 3, Another One Bites the Dust, Queen. Number 4, Lump, The Presidents of the United States of America. Number 5, Lola by the Kinks. Number 6, King of Pain by the Police. Number 7, Hey Mickey by Tony Basil. Number 8, Gangster's Paradise by Coolio. Number 9, Royals by Lorde. Number 10, Beat It by Michael Jackson. Number 11, Moni Moni by Billy Idol. And number 12, Zoot Suit Riot by the Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
So Neal, as you consider this answer, tell us about the cursed can.
Yeah,
Quickly.
the cursed can. So for a few months after I had a bottle of water, I would crumple it up and I'd throw it in the trash can in the studio from kind of where I'm sitting, which is about 6 feet.
6 feet.
And I would miss it every time. And I'm usually good at hitting targets.
I've missed it my own share of times.
Yeah, and Ken has missed it. And Jeff would kind of, not meanly, but he would just be like, man, you can never get it in the can. I'm like, there's something about that can. It's cursed. Just believe me, it's not my fault. And then I'll let Jeff take it from there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm picking on you, Neal, because we were at 4th of July and you picked up one of those like smoke bombs that was used up and you're like, I'm going to hit this street light. And you hit it from like 40 feet away and you can't hit a garbage can from 6 feet in the studio.
But
so
we proved that none of us could because it took us about 5 minutes to sink one.
it was really embarrassing.
Yeah, we had about 25 shots. Matt came in. He got it on a second try, which is commendable. But the can is cursed.
Whatever.
So that's why we're called the cursed cans today.
All right, so now that we're through that garbage can story, it's time for our answers.
Yeah, we came back into the room. Neal's having a bad hair day. I'm running with scissors, and we'll see if we get these answers right.
Wow.
Yeah, I've over here got a poodle hat on, so...
Let's see if I dare to be stupid. Is that all of them? Do we do
I
it?
love this
Okay,
so much.
good.
Anyway, okay, so number 1, the artist and song were My Sharona by The Knack.
This is My Bologna.
We also said My Bologna.
Yep, this was the song that actually kickstarted Weird Al's career in parody. It was approved in writing by The Knack, and it got him a one-off deal with Capitol Records because The Knack loved it so much. It was My Bologna. All right, number 2, American Pie by Don McLean.
I was trying to figure out the title for this, and we were really struggling. And then I remembered Taylor said that almost all of them are direct parodies. And then I remembered that this one isn't American Pie related. This one is The Saga Begins.
I love this song. It's The Saga Begins.
Yep, it's
Soon you're gonna
basically
be a Jedi.
a scene-for-scene recount of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. This is Saga
It's
Begins.
probably the better way to watch the movie. It's just listen to the song.
All right, number 3, Another One Bites the Dust by Queen.
This one is Another One Rides the Bus.
That is 100% correct. We said Another One Rides the Bus.
Yep. Another one of his early works, as you mentioned earlier, it's Another One Rides the Bus. All right, number 4, Lump by the Presidents of the United States of America.
We couldn't figure this one out, and I just said, let's use an exclamation of old people from the 1800s, and we said, harumph.
Gena, you had this one. Why don't you say?
Yeah, so this one was Gump, a parody of Forrest Gump.
That's right.
Yep. Gump sat alone on a bench in the park. This is Gump. Ever on topic and up with his pop culture Weird Al. All right. Number 5, Lola by the Kinks.
Oh, yes. So this is another Star Wars one. We met him in a swamp down in Dagobah.
Yeah.
This is Yoda.
Yoda. Yoda.
This is a favorite of Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think in an interview he was talking about he saw him in concert in middle school and like this was his favorite song, and then he got to sing it with him on stage later once he became like famous.
And
It was pretty cool.
Inspired Hamilton,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
All right, number 6. I think this one was a bit difficult for at least one of the groups. King of Pain by the Police.
Yeah, we didn't know what this one was. We thought that it was a song about magician David Blaine.
Okay. I just kind of moved some of the words around and thought it was Sting is Vain.
That would have been a fantastic parody if you did that. This is actually one of the deep cuts. I don't know why I liked this one so much as a kid, probably because I didn't know the original song, and Weird Al's just so great. This is a song about him basically filming a commercial about his clothing store, where his price tags are low, his staff is underpaid, but they call him around town the King of Suede.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So it wasn't Tantric Pain.
No. All right. Number 7, Hey Mickey by Tony Basil.
Yeah, once again, didn't know this one. We wrote It's Sticky.
So me and Gena didn't really have an idea on this one, and then I just kept thinking, and I'm pretty sure he has a parody where he plays Ricky Ricardo, and I think it's this one. We said, "Hey Ricky."
Yep. So this, it's I Love Lucy inspired Ricky. I'll take Hey Ricky because it's pretty much.
Is it just Ricky?
It's just Ricky, but yeah.
Okay.
That's way close enough, and you almost didn't get it. I was impressed with the poll there. So
yeah.
All right, number 8. I think everyone got this one. Gangster's Paradise by Coolio.
We spent most of our lives churning butter in an Amish paradise, so we said Amish paradise.
Gena?
Yep, Amish Paradise.
Yep. At 4:30 in the morning, he's milking cows. Jebediah feeds the chickens, and Jacob plows Fool. It's Amish Paradise. Number 9, Royals by Lord.
This one we were having trouble with, and I remembered seeing the music video because it was from a recent album of his, and I wasn't too familiar with like some of his older stuff, and I remember seeing this on YouTube, and he had like a foil hat on. I forget if it was making fun of conspiracy theorists or whatever, but we said foil.
That is the video, and I couldn't remember if the song is actually called Aluminum Foil or just Foil. I originally wrote down Foil, so we'll just lock in with Foil.
Yep, what starts out as an infomercial for keeping your food items fresh, but turns into a conspiracy theory, government's out to get you sort of warning. This is Foil. Music video has Patton Oswalt right at the end pulling his head off as the director and being a lizard. It's pretty interesting. Yeah. All right, number 10 is Beat It by Michael Jackson.
This is the classic Weird Al song, Eat It. Think.
You think? Yeah, it might be. A follow-up to Fat. That's how he got there. It's Eat It.
Yep. He went on a big Michael Jackson parody stint for a little while. Yeah. This is Eat It. Number 11, I think this one was also proving a little difficult for at least one of the teams. This is Moni Moni by Billy Idol.
We just said phony. I don't know.
We said phony pony.
This is a song about a guy lamenting his monthly payments to his ex-wife. This is alimony.
Oh.
Here she comes now, wanting alimony. Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, and number 12, Zoot Suit Riot by Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Once again, didn't know it, so we said Another Fad Diet.
Mm-hmm. I can hear the song in my head, but I cannot get the first two. I'm pretty sure it's a diet, but we went with Fruit Juice Diet.
So close. Yeah, this is a nod to fad diets. This is put away your bottle of beer. It's a grapefruit diet.
Grapefruit diet. Why I'm lamenting not.
I love how we're enjoying it, and Ken is just so disappointed over there. It's like he doesn't enjoy fun.
It's just not to my taste. For the same reason I don't like Mel Brooks movies. Weird Al falls in the same category.
Apparently, Weird Al is a nice guy. My dad went to one of his book signings.
I respect the hell out of both men.
And he's
Weird
like,
Al is a very talented musician.
He's like, would you mind if I put you in a headlock and you make a ridiculous face? And Weird Al's like, sure. And so like my dad like literally puts Weird Al in a chokehold. It's a great photo, but yeah. So I would not let people touch me like that. So he must be an okay guy.
Sounds like a nice guy. I hear he's a good guy though.
I do hear he's a good guy.
Okay, at the end of that round, it's 105 for the Pangalactic Gargle Blasters, Matt and Gena, and the Cursed Cans, Jeff and Neal, trailing at 85.
Still a close game.
Yeah.
Question 1, fight. Of the 118 elements currently on the periodic table, only 2 appear as liquids at STP, or standard temperature and pressure. One of these is named after the Roman messenger of the gods, and the other is used to make flame-retardant components of electronics. Name both of them. I will give half credit for just one of them if you just get one of them.
Think I know the other one.
Ooh.
Gena's playing an all-star game today. Mm-hmm. Jeff, what do you got here? Because I got my end of the bargain here.
Yeah, I had that one too.
And it's probably the easiest one of all time. So I got it.
We've got our answer, and then
it's the first planet.
Yeah.
You guys are locked in?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously Mercury, right? We got that. I know. God. Gasp. What did you think the second one was, Gena?
So I think it's bromine. I'm pretty confident that it starts with a B.
Mm-hmm. It could be not barium, brobalt. I'm helpful.
That's
I
questionable.
like bromine.
No, man, I love that muscle tee. What color is that? Brobalt?
So if you're cool with it, we can just go with bromine.
I am. Mercury and bromine.
Bromine sounds pretty good. We were we had gotten mercury, and then the other one that I was thinking of, I think it falls just outside of standard temperature and pressure, is gallium. So we said gallium.
Gallium is pretty soft, but the only two that are liquid at standard temperature and pressure are mercury and bromine.
All right.
So good job.
Gena.
So we get 5 points for mercury.
Yep.
Cool.
5 points. These guys.
All right. Number 2. Speaking of Liquid, Team Liquid is an esports organization based out of the Netherlands. To date, they sponsor teams or individual players competing in 14 different esports games. Name any 3 of the games they compete in.
Okay. Yeah, we're locked in.
So the ones I wrote down right away were League of Legends is a definite. That one's like the biggest esport, one of the biggest esport games. And then Fortnite.
Okay.
Because Fortnite's huge. And then for the other one, I put StarCraft, and I don't know if they still have competitive StarCraft, but I know for a while it was one of the biggest competitive games. I also thought maybe PUBG, which is Player Unknown Battleground, which was the one before Fortnite. That was a really popular one.
Go with StarCraft if you're confident that was popular before one of the other ones. They probably still play it.
Okay, we're going to lock in with those 3.
Yeah, have got some consensus here on League of Legends and Fortnite, and then we also went Overwatch.
That's a good one.
Okay. So the 14 games, I'll just list them all, are Apex Legends, Auto Chess, which is kind of a newer one. Actually, when I first wrote this question, that wasn't one, and they got rid of one and then added that instead, so I had to change this question yesterday when I researched. Clash Royale, which is a phone game. Fortnite, CSGO, which is Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2, Hearthstone, League of Legends, PUBG, Quake, StarCraft 2. So I will accept StarCraft because and Street Fighter, Super Smash Brothers, and Rainbow Six Siege. So they don't have an Overwatch team anymore actually, and they dropped their Halo team in 2017. So
I was thinking Halo, but I thought that nobody plays Halo.
Did you say Team Fortress?
They do not have a Team Fortress team.
Okay.
And I don't even think many people. I mean, I'm sure Valve still has the servers open, but like I don't think anyone really has a competitive scene in that anymore.
Cool.
All right, so points for Pangalactic and no points for Jeff and Neal, unfortunately. The can is still cursed.
All right, question 3. Speaking of esports, equestrian is a category of events that's been featured at the Summer Olympic Games since 1900. Which of the following is not a discipline that will be featured in the 2020 Summer Games in Tokyo? Show jumping, eventing, barreling, or dressage?
Show jumping, eventing.
That one will be.
Dressage.
Really? Unless they dropped it.
Y'all. And what was the other one?
The other one was barreling.
Did they drop it? Because it used to be one.
I know it used to be. Mitt Romney did it, but I think I read an article. I don't know why this is sticking out to me. I thought I read something on Twitter about it.
I'm willing to back your horse on that.
Because Mitt Romney was like a robot. He didn't do things that like normal people liked.
Oh, God.
So, Gena, what do you know about these horses in the back?
Not a whole heck of a lot. My logic here is kind of game theory. Just because like barrel racing is kind of a rodeo event, I would say probably barreling might be the one that doesn't fit.
I don't know much about barreling. I know in Star Fox, the frog will tell you to do a barrel roll.
Wrong. Peppy.
Tap Z twice.
So you guys know more about that than me.
Yes.
So
it's Peppy the rabbit, not Slappy the frog.
Oh, no, Slappy's the one that just needs help all the time and disappears.
Is it Slappy?
Slippy, I think.
Slippy.
Flippy. Whatever. Anyway, I like your theory, and we can lock in with barreling.
I don't know why this one stuck out to me. I thought I read something online about it, but
here's why I like this as a potential answer is because it's the one that's the least sport-like.
Right, exactly. And maybe that's what the article was insinuating. But I mentioned Mitt Romney, his horse did this, and we went with dressage.
So the answer is, for the exact reason Gena said, it is barreling, actually. Yeah, I looked this up. I was just trying to do like a free flow and ended up on equestrian somehow. I don't know that much about equestrian, but yeah, I guess the 3 Olympic categories are show jumping, eventing, and dressage. Eventing is kind of like a triathlon type thing where they have 3 different events.
Does the horse wear the medal afterwards? I don't know how this works.
I hope so. I actually don't
Or the
know. But no,
athlete.
barreling
Put
is...
your hoof over your heart.
There were a lot of rodeos where I grew up, so I knew that was a thing, so I just put it in because I thought it sounded good.
Okay.
All right. This is question 4. Speaking of events, Rwanda and Burundi both celebrate their independence days on July 1st. Both countries were under what nation's rule until 1962?
Oh, really? Okay.
I think so.
If that is correct, Jeff, you are a scholar. Okay, we're locked in.
All right. Gena, what are you thinking?
Okay, so I'm trying to approach this from the angle of the Rwandan genocide.
The
With
Tutsis, right? And the
yes,
the Hutus?
and
The
how
Hutus.
they were kind of, and how colonization was like really what divided them. And so I feel like it may have been. I'm feeling like it was the Dutch.
I'm okay with Dutch if you feel pretty strongly about it. And it would be something, maybe he was searching Dutch boy on Google when he was writing these questions, and that was one of the things that popped up. So there's a little tie-in.
Gosh, my second guess would be English, but I just don't think that that's right. Yeah, I kind of want to go with my first instinct and go with Netherlands.
Okay. Sounds good. We are locked in.
We are sort of in the same neck of the woods. I sort of remember feeling like this was the Belgians, so we went Belgium.
All right, and the answer is Belgium.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. Good pull.
Now, Neal,
back on the board.
did Don Cheadle bring you that coffee you have in your kitchen?
He did not bring me that coffee, no. But someone else did, dressed as Iron Patriot, and it was sort of a knockoff version. It was called, Jeff, what's another element?
It was the Aluminium National.
The Aluminium National dropped it off, and just thank you for your service.
Speaking of Belgium, question 5 makes me think of waffles, which makes me think of breakfast. Being an egg guy, I often enjoy an omelet or a nice frittata. But wait a minute. What's the difference anyway between an omelet and a frittata?
I've made both of them. I'm just trying to think of how you just...
Hold on. You have not made... I've heard about your omelets.
I've made an omelet, and I've made a frittata.
You attempted omelet.
What did you put in the omelet?
When?
You were trying to be nice to your girlfriend, and you f***ed it up royally.
That was a long... Okay. That was a... That's funny that you know that. Yeah, that was when we first started dating. I was trying to cook an omelet, and what did I put it in? It was...
Hummus.
Hummus, right? She's...
What?
Because Colleen's like, oh, I love hummus. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be a little, like, chefy. And I was like, I'll put a little hummus in there. And it was disgusting.
Sounds terrible.
Just throw whatever she likes.
Well, that was, I hadn't cooked anything before. I was like,
the
I can
intention was there.
Yeah, I was like, I can cook a grilled cheese or I can make you cereal. And she's like, well, how about an omelet? So
How about an omelet?
I did make a frittata with her, though,
Yeah.
a couple months ago.
What does Colleen like?
supervised.
Ice cream and hummus.
Ice cream and hummus. Just throw it in some eggs, yeah. But I did make a frittata recently with Colleen, and I know kind of the difference.
Okay. So write it out.
Okay. I don't know how to explain it, but we'll lock in.
Okay.
I think that the fact that the omelet's ingredients are inside, because I feel like you cook the omelet for a little bit. You cook the eggs for a little bit before you put in the toppings, and then you fold it on top. So I think that part of our answer should be that the frittata has like the ingredients cooked into the fried egg, whereas an omelet is like folded over the ingredients.
Okay. So we'll say that the omelet is folded over the ingredients is kind of our answer.
Yeah, it's a kind of a similar answer because I don't know the terminology. I'm showing the guys here the frittata that I made with Colleen.
nice.
It looks
He's very
really
proud
nice.
of himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Post it on the crowd.
I should actually.
Let people see.
The
People
omelet.
don't care about your frittata.
Incorrect.
The omelet, you have the egg that you scramble and then you kind of flip it over. And the frittata is more like a pie almost. So it's in a pan. It uses the whole pan, and then there's ingredients in it, and you slice it into pieces, and they're kind of cooked
Like a quiche.
like a quiche kind of. So I don't even know how to describe it, but that's kind of the difference.
So chalk that down to one sentence.
Oh, that was a sentence. It was a run-on sentence.
What was a run-on sentence? So basically, I agree with what Matt and Gena said.
All
One
right.
is like folded over. One is like pieces of a pie.
Right. So a frittata has the ingredients cooked in with the raw egg, and the omelet has the ingredients folded into the cooked egg. So
Oh, wow.
you guys both got it.
We were like word for word, though.
Yeah, Gena, I was like, how is she reading literally what I wrote for my...
Yeah.
Yeah. So good job, guys. So let's go back to something comfortable and familiar. Dentistry. What kind of dental specialist focuses on the gums and bones surrounding the teeth?
All right, you guys are locked in?
We're locked in.
All right. So I wrote down gumtometrist. So I'm no use to this one.
No, I remember one time where she like had to like poke like up into my gums like to like check the pockets or something, and I want to say it starts with an O or something. This is a long story to tell you that I don't know the answer to this, so I apologize.
I think it's ortho something, isn't it? Or is that just what a dentist is?
Orthodontist is a braces.
Oh. Well, it's an answer.
Yeah, I mean we could go
You guys
orthodontist if you
talk
want to have a slim chance of.
Yeah. Well, it's a dentist thing. So orthodontist.
Yeah, our answer could be wrong. I don't know. It's just the sign that I saw near my work, so that's why it clicked for me. But Jeff wrote down endodontist.
Yeah, who I had one do a root canal for me. So Neal thinks that's what it is. So we're gonna go with that.
Why'd you put yourself through this, having to listen to these guys?
So I know I added this question because in the past when you guys have had dentistry adjacent questions, I just like laugh and giggle listening. It's pretty funny. But no, an orthodontist would be someone who is into the straightening and of correcting of your occlusion or your bite. And the straightening of teeth. An endodontist focuses primarily on root canals. That's my specialty. Someone who deals with the bones and gums surrounding the teeth would be a periodontist.
Hey Neal, what did I write down first?
Jeff wrote it down, yeah.
It was the first thing I wrote.
Well, you write down everything. You're going to be right with one.
And I think you were talking about the periodontal probe, which is what she was using to measure the attachment level between the gum and the bone.
Yes.
This is very specific.
Question 7. Speaking of bones, Wishbone was a TV show spanning 2 seasons in the mid-90s about a dog who would imagine himself as the main character in famous pieces of literature, such as Romeo and Juliet. What kind of a dog was Wishbone?
It was this, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay. Are you familiar with this, Gena?
Yeah, he was an Eddie.
Yes. I was going to say, do you know which kind of dog Eddie was? It's a Boston Terrier, right? Is that it? Or
Jack Russell Terrier.
Jack Russell Terrier. Why don't we both know this? Weird. Yeah, locked in. Jack Russell Terrier.
We said the same.
I got it too.
That's surprising.
To this day, I still have the "What's the story, Wishbone" stuck in my head, but it's yep, you guys are both right. It's a Jack Russell Terrier.
I have the salad dressing theme song stuck in my head.
There's no
for
way
the
that dog's alive.
Wishbone
right?
ranch
For
dressing.
Wishbone? Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see the Gritty reboot where he does like Stephen King books.
I want to see.
Oh, I thought you were talking about as Gritty would do the reboot. And
A reboot called
Gritty inserts himself into
Gritty as Edmond Dantes.
Oh, I love that. All right, good job, guys. All right, so number 8. Speaking of Jacks, Jack Daniel's is the top-selling American whiskey in the world. It is branded as Tennessee whiskey despite meeting all of the regulatory criteria for being classified as a straight bourbon. Using the number assigned to the distillery during government registration, what nickname is given to this sweet brown liquid?
All right, yeah, I'm fine going with that. We're locked in.
Well, the number that came to mind first was 707, but I'm not super confident in it.
Yeah, it is a 7. Let's just lock in with 707 and hope that that's something.
Okay. I hope it is too.
We're locked in.
Jeff was pretty adamant about putting this number down. I wasn't sure. I thought it was like 65 or something, but he put 401.
The nickname is Old Number 7. If I would have put it one question earlier, it probably would have been a little too meta. But I would have accepted just 7, but I don't think I can take 707,
that's
unfortunately.
fine. Yeah.
Number 9. Speaking of old numbers, what term was coined in 1920 by the nephew of mathematician Edward Kasner for a digit 1 followed by 100 zeros? Thanks to the kid, we no longer have to refer to this massive number as 10 duotrigantillion or 10,000 sextillion.
All right. I think, Jeff and I are locked in on this one. We kind of came together on this one.
I'm just going to search my brain really quick and see if it comes up.
Oh, please tell me spelling counts.
Is it is your mind coming up with just like this nice white background?
Yeah, I'm
with some
feeling
colored
lucky.
letters in it?
Let's say Google. Let's lock in.
We locked in with a Google.
Yep, the answer is a Google, spelled Googol. All right. Question 10. Speaking of Google, the company and search engine Google is known for many things, one of which is being Easter eggs and April Fool's Day jokes displayed on their website. Their first April Fool's Day prank came in the form of announcing the Google Mentalplex, which could apparently search the internet using mental power. What year and date was this announcement made?
Yeah, Jeff and I have a guess, but we're not really...
I mean, because it should be that.
Yeah, right.
But
right.
I don't know the year.
Well, that's the easy part.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
We are locked in.
I'm cool. I'm good with 2010.
Okay. 2010 it is.
Okay.
All right, 2010. We didn't know either. We knew it was probably April 1st. So we went 4-1, and then we just thought, just for the fact that it's continuing on with the ones, we said 4-1, 1-1, so 2011.
So you guys said April 1st, 2011. You said April 1st, 2010?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this actually surprised me. It's actually April 1st, 2000.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the year
I had no idea that they
2000.
were like doing stuff like that early. So that's kind of cool. But yeah,
All
year
right.
2000.
A lot of answers down on the paper, but none of them we've successfully locked in, it looks like, Neal.
Nope. So what are our scores going into the final round here?
Yeah, thanks, Neal. The scores currently stand at the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blasters, Matt and Gena, at 165. Right behind them, Jeff and Neal at the Cursed Cans, 130.
Well, I feel like we're taking a worse beating than the score reflects, Neal.
That's true.
I think
guys
so,
are
too.
not doing too bad. We're just getting everything right.
Well, let's see if we can come back here. Unlike the Cursed Can, we'll actually make a shot here, and we got one shot left, Jeff. So let's see if we can do it.
Hey, man.
Final
One
round
opportunity.
categories, please.
The categories are number 1, the Big Five. Number 2, Rise to the Top. Number 3, Van Damme. Number 4, Nature and Science, Fiction. And number 5, Working Out the Kinks.
Okay, the wagers are locked, and let's get those questions.
All right, question 1, final round. Category, the Big Five. One of only three movies to win the Big Five Oscars, Best Picture, Screenplay, Director, Actor, and Actress, Silence of the Lambs is one of my personal favorite movies of all time. Despite winning Best Actor for the film, Sir Anthony Hopkins is only featured for about 14% of the movie's runtime. Within one, how many minutes of on-screen time does Hannibal Lecter have in the movie? Question 2, Rise to the Top. What short-lived UK-based psychedelic rock supergroup had 2 hit songs break the top 10 of US charts in the late 60s, which were White Room and Sunshine of Your Love? Question 3, Van Damme. What 2016 Vine turned meme featured a boy named Joshua complimenting his friend on his impeccably white shoes? The internet sensation resulted in the pair appearing on Ellen and their catchphrase being used in several marketing campaigns. Question 4, Nature and Science, Fiction. The nature boy Ric Flair had quite an illustrious professional wrestling career spanning 40 years until his retirement in 2012. Since the 80s, he used the same entrance music, which can also be heard during one of the opening scenes of what 1968 movie? And question 5, Working Out the Kinks. Kinky Boots won the Tony for Best Musical in 2013. But if you haven't seen it, don't panic. This isn't a question about the plot. What internet-beloved rock and roll frontman had a sinfully good but tragically short 2.5-month run on Broadway as the show's lead role, Charlie, during the summer of 2017?
After a little bit of deliberation and a little bit of editing magic, all the answers are locked in.
Question 1, the Big Five. What did you guys have for the amount of time Hannibal Lecter is on screen in Silence of the Lambs?
We wagered the big 30 on this one. I believe it's 16 minutes, but just to be safe with the one safety number there, we went with 15 as our locked-in answer.
So we said 15. We wagered 15. And then we said 15. So we feel a lot better because Neal said 15 also.
Yep, both are getting points at 16 minutes, just like Neal said.
All right.
Nice.
Ooh.
Question 2. I think Gena got the category hint. What was the name of the band?
Yeah, we wagered 15. Gena, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, so this one, Rise into the Top. This would be Cream.
Yep, fronted by legendary guitarist Eric Clapton. We said Cream.
How much did you wager?
What did we wager?
0.
0.
On balance, off balance, doesn't matter. The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah. Your mustache is crooked. All right. All right. Number 3. Van Dam. What was the name of the meme?
We wagered 30, and we went, damn, Daniel.
Yeah, we wagered 5. Looking at those white vans, we said, damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white vans, though. It's damn Daniel. All right. Number 4, Nature and Science Fiction. What was the name of the movie?
This one we wagered 0, and there was a rogue bone flying through the air when this song played, and that would be 2001: A Space Odyssey.
We wagered 10 and also said 2001: Space Odyssey.
Wow, a lot of missed opportunities there for the curse cans.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5, Working Out the Kinks. What was the name of the actor and singer?
Yeah, we wagered 20, and just for the record, I told Jeff I wanted to go 30 all the way down, but
We didn't have enough points.
I know, you're correct. That would be Panic at the Disco's lead singer Brendan Urie.
Yes, quite a tragedy, right? Isn't that writing sins? That was the clue, maybe.
The tragedy is on this side of the table, Matt.
Oh, yeah. That's why you're the curse cans, because your betting strategy was trash. So we wagered 15 and also said Brandon Urie.
Yeah, it's Brendan Urie.
All right, so that was an exciting end of the game. A lot of interesting betting here, and it ended up being very close due to a lot of correct answers. But Jeff and Neal, as the cursed cans, did bet trashily, I guess you would say. But they ended up with 210, so that's a respectable score. And today's cream of the crop, Matt and Gena, the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blasters,
All right.
with 225. Congrats, you're the cream of the crop.
The cream, yeah. The cream of the crop.
Strong
That applause is
performances
for
by both
Gena,
teams.
not Matt.
Yes. Applause for Taylor's game, and also the fact that we lost to Gena, who is a great competitor, so I'm glad it was to Gena.
And I'm her friend, man.
That's how we feel about it.
One fun contestant and her friend.
Man, whoever did that is really achieving their goal right now.
Gena, any last words before?
I think we have to say the last words, Neal.
Yeah, we do. Well, for our listeners, though, any last words from Gena for the listeners?
Let me just give a shout out to my friends Adam and Dee. Thank you so much for being my Harry Potter trivia teammates this last week. And damn you, Rita Skeeter. They will understand that. Thank you so much for having me on again. Whenever you guys do that Futurama episode, make sure that you give me a call.
Absolutely.
You got it. And Mr. Cook, our favorite dentist, our best dressed host and competitor. Any last words from you after that amazing game?
Thanks so much for letting me come on and try my hand at writing trivia. It was a lot of fun, a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be, but you guys played really well, and I'm glad that knowing the things that I wrote about doesn't make me the only one knowing a lot of this stuff. You guys were impressed me a lot with some of those polls, so good job, and thanks a lot for the opportunity.
Well, thanks again for hosting it. It's very helpful for us, and it's very exciting when we do so well, even if we don't come out on top right now.
Yeah. That's right. Hey, we don't have to come out on top. We can still keep throwing those pieces of trash in the can and
Neal's
hope
a
that it'll
power
go in there.
bottom.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I'd like to thank Taylor again for hosting, Gena for joining us as a contestant, and for Ken, Matt, Neal, and myself. That was Triviality. Teaming up with Matt today is going to be our Intercontinental Champion, Gena Kimminau. What? I'll try that again.
Our
It's fine.
internet continental.
It's my favorite breakfast.